Welcome to WRW podcast, where we W, R, and W. That is, we write, read, and watch sometimes. I'm Sam.
I'm Anna.
I'm Abhi.
I'm Devi.
I'm Angel.
And I'm Sammi. I think this season needs to start off with some change. I'm talking some mojo dojo in this casa dream house. So should we head straight into this special question? Angel!
Wait, why am I here? Wait, Sam, why are you here? What are we doing here? What is vinyl women rights doing in the WRW world?
Okay, so just briefly answering this question, we are changing some stuff up here. You might notice that our logo is a little different, and we have a bunch of new stuff linked out in all of our social medias because we're trying to diversify. Yay! We have 2 new members joining us this season. You might recognize them, Angel and Sam, and we're really excited to have them on. We're also planning a bunch of new projects. Devi, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so unfortunately for you guys, you won't be seeing the OG WRW members in every episode. It's going to be like, what's that? Like economic word? Like division of labor? Yes. Yes.
I don't think it's unfortunate. I think it's great because honestly, I feel like us having more time and to like recharge after each episode means that we can come up with a lot of better content for you guys.
It's unfortunate for the audience members who have biases, like the Devi fans and just the Devi.
I'm making that up right now. You're just talking about yourself. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was asked to talk.
First episode and we have beef between the members. One of our new projects is a scandal.
But we have a lot of exciting episodes planned out. Sammi has already scripted like 5 docs I already saw like on our
Some of them
files.
will probably not see the light of day.
Yeah, like they usually like don't see the light of the day. But yeah, we're very excited to start this journey again. That's so cliche, but yes.
Yeah. And Sam, do you have some projects that we're also looking forward to? Okay, so we are gonna start a blog on WordPress, so you guys would be able to you're not only gonna listen to us, you will be able to read our writings, our opinions, poems,
It's linked in the description.
Yes, personal essays, book reviews, or anything. We just write anything and you will be able to read it. And Sam is in charge of running that a lot of it, and she's doing really great work. Yay!
You will also be seeing a lot of us. I mean, you will also be seeing us more on social media, hopefully, because Angel's going to be in charge of social media.
Ah! So yeah, division of labor is actually very, very useful for everyone. Now, even though I feel personally that special question is very special to me, I feel like we need a more funsies, silly, goofy special question yet again. So, Angel, would you like to give us our second special question?
Yes, I do have a special question. So recently, we all know that we saw this funny news of aliens existing. Yeah, it's funny to me.
Okay.
Like, anyways. So my question is, do y'all believe in aliens? In the existence of aliens?
And are these aliens in the room with us right now?
Yeah. It's you. Anna, you are the alien. You are the alien.
What was the startling It's You by Keshi when she says, are these aliens in the room with us? Yeah.
Anna, I believe in you.
Thanks.
Believe in these nuts. Devi had something to say about it.
Anyways, yeah. Hello. Yes, my turn.
Aliens.
Like the vast majority of the population on Twitter, which I'm like on constantly 24/7, I also do not give a fuck about these aliens. Okay, I do not care what happens. I don't have that capacity in me to like care about aliens when so much tragedy is already going on in my life. Tragedy is the final year and like finding internships. But I saw the screenshot of this TikTok like on Twitter again because TikTok is banned in India, I can only like access it through other sources. It said that me, when I have to go live on another planet with my alien husband because he wants our children to be in like close proximity with his parents and the education system is better there. That's me. That's me. It's like that's the gist of it. Okay, but that's me. I would leave this place and like find a better quality of life outside with my alien spouse. Because the TikTok said it was, okay? I'm just gonna...
Have an alien spouse.
I would have an alien spouse. Thank you.
I'm sure about that.
I know myself. Anyway, Abhi, do you have anything to say?
I believe in aliens. I mean, not really. I just saw that and I was like, oh wait, actually? Okay. But I was very preoccupied with watching some YouTube videos, so I did not care that much. But I saw that and I was like, oh wait, that's actually something. And then I think I messaged somebody about it, like either of you guys. But yeah, I guess I believe in it. Slay aliens. What do you guys think of us if you listen to this podcast ever?
I hope the aliens come and slay me. Got really dark.
Please, I hope they don't slay you. Angel?
Yeah, so I have a funny story about aliens. So, you know, there's this kind of stars in the sky that twinkles, but like in different colors, right? So, I used to watch this show. I don't remember the show name, but it's about some alien invasion and something. No. It's some English white man story. Yeah, I will. Yeah. So.
Mention it.
Mention.
APA reference. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically they come from this place, some other planet, and usually in those planets it's just partying and things like that. Right. So the person who came to the alien that came to Earth used to tell things like, oh, do you see that star that's like twinkling? That's our this country.
Teen Titans by chance.
No, it's not.
Starfire.
Yeah.
I don't remember. So whenever I used to look at the sky, I used to call my dad and say, Appa, I think that's the planet that aliens
From
are.
this TV show that I don't
And
remember.
I don't remember. And then you know why it's like blinking in different colors? Because they're partying.
Oh, nice.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I used to say weird stuff like, you know why rain comes? Because the aliens are urinating. Sorry.
Okay. I don't know about aliens urinating, but you can explain. No, I'm not going to go down the science route and be like, oh, dying stars, different shades of wavelengths of light. And actually. And I would also love if that show was Teen Titans and it was Starfire, because I love Starfire. But if it's not, I respect the fact that you have forgotten. If it was Teen Titans, I respect that you have forgotten that it's part of this major franchise of DC. Because honestly, screw the capitalists.
Right.
My thing about aliens is I have two things to mention. One is this Hank Green video where he was like, I mean, even if they're not space aliens, like from another planet, like if you find living beings deep in the soil, those are also aliens. Because, I mean, you can call a foreigner an alien. So it's about them... No, it's about them being unfamiliar to us that makes them alien, even if they're not from outer space. So that's one thing I would like to bring up. And the second thing I would like to bring up is there's this podcast by Vox called Unexplainable. I was telling Devi about this. And they had an episode about moon poop, like the Apollo missions left behind like human waste on the moon in these bags. And now when they're trying to like run colonization projects on the moon, they're going to come back and look at this waste, and they're going to run some experiments on, is the bacteria still alive? What has changed? If it's able to survive, kind of has it evolved in any way to like the moon's thingy? And so the theory is, because they have no explanation as to how life started on Earth. So the idea is, what if a bacteria was on an asteroid and hit the Earth, and that's how like life started here, and that we are the aliens on this planet and life did not start on Earth?
Wow, both of these takes are so nerdy, but also interesting.
Yeah.
Ancient astronaut theorists from that ancient aliens.
Yeah, no, like, and that was so cool to me. I will see if we can link that episode because it's so interesting, and yeah, aliens, Slaylians.
So, a few months ago, all of us took a trip to Barbie Land.
Not a few months ago, it was like a week or something.
Right, sorry. Okay, so a few months ago, we all wanted to watch Barbie.
We
And
booked the tickets. I mean,
yeah.
we didn't literally book the tickets, but like mentally, we were like,
We were booked
ourselves for the-
yeah,
Yeah.
we were like, हमको जाना है.
When
Yes.
the tickets first came out, I just booked anything that we got because it was like, oh my god, what if the tickets sell out?
So we went to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, 15 kilometers away.
But it was fun.
It was fun. So yeah, we watched Barbie, a movie directed by Greta Gerwig, and we had a lot of things to talk about it. So let's go. Okay. So first question is, with what kind of lens did you approach to like watching Barbie? For example, did you watch it because you watched a lot of Barbie movies as a kid, or do you like Greta Gerwig's like old movies like Lady Bird or Little Women, or were you just curious about Barbie the doll as a live action movie? So, because nowadays you see a lot of things turning into live action, so you just wanted to see Barbie as a live action, or were you just hyped because the whole of Twitter and internet, everyone was hyped. It was, the Barbie movie was everywhere. The marketing was insane. So were you just hyped because of that? Basically, why did you want to watch Barbie? Yeah. Okay, Abhi?
Okay, I was obsessed with the way Ryan Gosling said, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? his line delivery in the trailer was so dumb, and like it was so Ken. I was like, oh my god, I'm tuning in to whatever this is, because I didn't know what kind of movie it would be. Like, would it just be like a silly, funny movie, or it would be like a serious commentary on something? And I think it's something in between. It's like a mixture of both. So I kind of was looking up to that, and also because it was so hyped, I was like, wait, what's going on? Why is everybody like talking about Barbie and then Oppenheimer, and like, oh my god, what the hell? I need to book tickets when it comes out because I need to watch, because I am like a trend follow. I like to follow trends sometimes, and so I was like, let's go with what the people are saying.
Okay, girl.
Thanks, Anna.
So I think the first time that I got really interested in the Barbie movie, I mean, I knew I wanted to watch it because the trailer seemed fun, mostly because it seemed fun and not really like deep. And then Architectural Digest released that one video of Margot Robbie giving everyone a tour of the Barbie dream house, and then I was like, I love the aesthetics of this thing, so I wanted to watch it. And then you also had these really iconic moments, that whole thing of she's just she's everything and he's just Ken. And all of the art challenges that came out of it, and every single fandom that I'm part of had like their own version of it. I think mostly for me it's because of how cool the set design and the costuming was. Like, I'm not, I mean, I can't really say that I know a lot about fashion or something, but I do enjoy watching a lot of fashion-related content, and the clothes were just really cute, so I needed to see that. Especially the clothes that Barbie wears when she, everything starts malfunctioning and she falls inside her car. That was the cutest outfit she's worn in the movie. Devi?
Like, the promotion was also... The promotion was also, like, really insane for this movie. Like, Margot Robbie was, like, really good with it.
She was shining. Devi?
No, it's not an answer to like what Sam said, but I wanted to ask you, Anna, would you wear that like roller coaster outfit and like the cowboy
Roller
blade? Oh, there's a difference. I'm sorry.
Roller coaster is the amusement
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. Let's just ignore it. Anyways, would you wear the rollerblading outfit or like the cowboy hat pink janky ass goofy outfit?
Honestly, if I had the confidence for it, yes, definitely.
To which
But
one?
the roller, like the cowboy one. The cowboy one is cute. Sam?
Yeah, so for me it was like none of this. I wasn't affected by the hype or the clothes or the marketing. Like none of this affected me. The only thing I wanted was I used to watch Barbie movies as child. Barbie and the Fashion Fairy Tale, Barbie and the Three Musketeers, and I really like this. So I wanted to see. I thought it would be something like that. You know. They're going on an adventure with Barbie's girlfriend, and then
animals, and then shit happens, and then they're all happy.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something like that. Yeah.
I was expecting Barbie to be like a lesbian.
Okay.
Yeah, real.
Like explicitly state that she's a lesbian because all of the animated Barbie movies are kind of like
Very-
homoerotic.
Well, but Abhi, there's like a lot of like Gloria and Barbie fan art out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it.
Of course you would know.
Yeah, I would know, and I'm saying that you should also look out for
Okay,
them because
thanks.
they're very cute.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so my childhood nostalgia was the only reason I went, and also because she booked the tickets without asking.
We planned to do that.
I didn't plan anything.
No, we planned to watch Barbie.
You
when it
didn't
came
ask
out.
us.
Because we planned it like
Okay, fine.
before it
Thank
came
you.
out.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that she booked.
We were caught off guard.
It came out and I was like, oh my god, I need to book.
I didn't
tickets.
even know it
and
had
I didn't
come out.
even know where this place was. I was like,
Genuinely,
I just
the
need to
reason
go.
I actually went and watched Barbie
Is because
of Abhi.
she- yeah.
Otherwise, I would have like pirated and watched
I wouldn't have even gone. Actually.
Guys, actually, oh wait, I don't think I should mention the price tickets.
Sam, do
Ticket
you want to
price.
like share to the audience about the Barbenheimer gang signs group you came across in college?
No, I just come across students in college who talk like, oh bro, did you watch Barbenheimer? It's the new shit right now. They just talk variations of that, and then they have entertaining conversation, entertaining to them. It was so
I feel like it would be entertaining to me as well. TBH.
Yeah.
Like entertaining in like a research analysis.
And to be honest, I was put off of Barbenheimer thing because of like hearing them talk it. I'm like, I don't want to be associated with something like that.
I feel like there's a pattern here of Abhi clout chasing and then Sam clout avoiding and then the rest of us
Just falling.
experiencing everything. I thank you and I love you.
Have a joint lemon experience of watching.
Thank you.
Barbie.
I loved
planned-
having the joint lemon experience.
Also, the ticket price was like for 6 people, it was equal to like 2 tickets for Oppenheimer, which is like scandalous kind of.
Y'all should have come to behind my house, 150 rupees ka ticket.
Exposing your location.
Self docs. Okay, we'll cut that out. If we had the time for it, which I don't think we do, I could record an entire episode about like why the hell did I watch this film, because around the time that we were going, I think we had all had plans to like dress up in pink, and I had pulled out all of my pink dresses, and I was like, I don't feel like wearing any of them, they make me very uncomfortable. So on the actual day I decided to like ken myself up, and then it was really great. But I was entering this space of like, is this just some capitalism film and we're just giving them our money for us to just watch a long ad? And I kind of entered this space, and I ended up watching the movie again because my sister and her friends dragged me along, and I feel like that colored my first viewing a lot of this is just a capitalism film. And I think at some fundamental level it is like Mattel trying to make money. Like they have a whole line of other toy based films that are coming up.
Did you hear about the Mattel cinematic universe?
Man, I hate cinematic universes. MCU, SMCU, new MCU.
Don't drag us though.
Don't drag us, but WRWCU, maybe.
Cinematic universe is just like Love in the Lion's Den.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually our old project,
And
which
which will never see the light of day.
some low grade like K-drama.
$3 and a dream.
They had 3 rupees and a dream.
She has an iPhone.
Actually not. Why are you doxing my company phone?
Your company phone.
Phone company.
Let's get back to Barbie with the next section.
So now that we talked about why we watched this film, I wanted to ask, what value does Barbie hold to you? Like, Barbie is a lot of things, right? It's like, it can be the doll, or it can be the shows and the movies.
She's everything.
Yeah.
She can be anything.
Like the brand or your childhood. Yeah, the brand, the childhood.
The delusion that she is everything.
Yes.
That you can be anything.
So, what is it to you? What is Barbie to you? Devi?
Okay, so I have a little sister who I may have mentioned in the podcast here and there. She's the logo designer who we don't pay. Yeah, anyways, back to me. But this is also kind of about her. So we're kind of close in age. I mean, 5 years is like the normal average sibling age to age difference. Is it? I think it is.
Yeah,
because it's like my a sibling age gap. I just consider it like the normal sibling.
Also the same.
Thanks. Exactly. See, I was correct. Anyways, so when my sister turned 1, okay, I was 6. My family, we are like not Christian, but we did get Christmas gifts because my dad made a huge like hype about it. And just a few months before Christmas, this new Barbie doll set had been released where you could like tattoo yourself. Do you guys remember it? It had that gun and you could like press tattoos on yourself. And I wanted it so bad, you guys. Like,
tattoo her hair, right?
no, not the hair, just the face and like your skin. Like it had these wet,
Like a stamp?
not a stamp. You know those temporary tattoos where you like apply water, but it had this like fancy gun with like a sponge at its tip, and you'd like press it on your skin. It was like a tattoo gun, and I was so obsessed with it. I was like, I needed this, and then I think I acted like a brat before the night of Christmas, and like my parents were mad, and like I did not get the set. But on the same day, on Christmas Day, we went to the mall, and like the doll set was there, and my parents bought it for me, maybe because I was like a cute child. Anyway, so I tattooed my face with these like rainbows and like these candies and everything.
Bro invented Weird Barbie before Weird Barbie.
Correct, I am Weird Barbie. And we also came across this like photo booth, and my dad is really spontaneous. He was like, you need to like take a photo with your sister, and she was 1. So there's like this framed photo of me on my living room. I'm 6, and there's like candy rainbow on my face. Wow, like spoiler alert, foreshadowing. And my like 1-year-old sister's on my lap, and she's smiling. So Barbie is always something I've associated with sisterhood, because even after she grew up, we used to get like dolls together. Our Barbie collection, there's like 2 of like each pair. Like if I got like blonde Barbie, stereotypical Barbie, she would get like brown Barbie. What was her name? Teresa, yeah. And yeah, it's just something like very dear to me. And like when I told her I'm going to watch Barbie with my friends, because Abhi just booked the tickets, she was very mad at me. Because and I was like, I can go with you after that again, I don't mind. And she was like, no. So like, yeah, she's gonna go with her friends, hopefully. But yeah, Barbie, and it does represent femininity, okay? And that's like a part of my life that I've also rejected a lot, like most women do. You know, I'm not like other girls. And like just going to the theater, and like I remember like coming to the theater, and in front of them there were like other girls dressed in pink, and to just see like women like wear pink and like embrace this like childhood kind of, even if you're like not a woman but you've played with Barbies before, just this like, oh man, it meant so much to me. I know it's like this entire capitalist like brand kind of thing, but also like there's some value in seeing such a public celebration of womanhood. Angel?
I think for me it's a bit different from what Devi said. I have a huge age gap with me and my brother. I have a brother. He's 13 years older than me. So by the time I was like 4 years old, he left to stay in a hostel. So it's me and my Barbie dolls. Barbie was my favorite doll to play with. I used to have so many, even for birthdays, I used to just go straight to these even strange people, stranger kind of people and go to them and say, buy me Barbie, you know. Buy me Barbie. You know, they would ask you questions like, oh, what do you want for your birthday? And say, Barbie. So I used to have a lot of Barbie dolls. And I used to play with them. They used to be my sisters in heartbreak. No, because I owned Barbies until I was in 8th grade or something. And by the time I was in 9th grade, my mother was like, aren't you too old to play with Barbie dolls now? And it didn't make me sad, but I still felt, you know, man, I don't want to get old anymore kind of feeling. But yeah, Barbie holds a lot of meaning to my life because my dad was at work, my mother was at work, my brother wasn't there. So I used to just play with these dolls and they gave me so much comfort and, you know, the sense of belonging. Although they are just inanimate stuff, it's just a doll. Yeah, but then when I used to play with them, you know, it almost felt like they were their own person and they were actually, you know, communicating with me in a way that other people don't understand. And so while watching the movie, like of course, because Abhi booked the ticket, I was planning to pirate the movie, but thank you, we are so grateful to you. So while watching the movie, I did not have a single thought. You're just like me. I just watched it for funsies, you know.
And then Sami was next to us and she was like jotting down points.
Yeah, I watched the movie with just no thought at all. I was like just sitting and just consuming this very cliche kind of comedy, and towards the end, it really, you know, made me sad and, you know, invoked a lot of thoughts in me. And, you know, and while I was and then the ending credit thing came and I was like, I'm like a Barbie. No, Barbie. The mood just changed. But even after I came out of the theater, I was like, I did not have a single thought until, you know, our friends started talking about it. Oh my God, they like right now. Like right now. And I think, yeah.
So Barbie explores a lot of themes, right? From like girlhood to metafiction to capitalism to feminism and like patriarchy. There's like a lot of themes in Barbie. And so like, which one did you like and which one did you not like, if you had any of those?
Okay, so there's like a lot of Twitter discourse about this, obviously, because of the fact that it's so fucking popular. And like people had lots of mixed opinions, and even like people close to me I asked them, oh, did you go watch Barbie? Do you want to go watch Barbie with me? Because I watched it and it's really good. And then they were like, Barbie? Ew, like why would I watch Barbie? Like some of my relatives have said that, and I was like, like that's a bit, like you're too prejudiced about it. Like you don't even know what the context of that movie is, and you're just like, I don't want to watch it. But everybody thinks it's like a very strong feminism theme inside that movie, but it's actually not that like, you know, strong. It's like subtle kind of, because Barbie, it kind of has like a very vast range of audiences, and like not all of them might know that much about feminism or like are into that radical feminism thing. So it kind of puts across this feminist message in like a very, very soft tone. It's like if you are not familiar with some of the concepts of feminism, then you might not even catch it. Like everybody thinks it's like, oh, it's a men hating movie or whatever, but it's just like the portrayal of how women are treated in like the real society. And it's just kind of sad. It kind of made me sad to like look at all of the Twitter discourse, and everybody was like, oh my God, like
I know that ass hasn't seen the movie, so why are they talking on it? It's not anti-man.
It's just this like preconceived notion of like it's Barbie, and like everybody's talking about it, and like they've seen some clips of it and they say something and it's like, oh my God, they hate men and men have done nothing or something. I saw a tweet where it was like Alan is like the only like normal one there, and he helps all the Barbies like overcome the brainwashing and everything. And I was like, Alan is just there. Alan is just like Alan. The Barbies do all of the work. And it's kind of like diminishing.
I disagree with you. But continue.
I mean, I'm not hating on Alan, obviously, but Alan is just like, she's just there. He's not Ken, he's not Barbie, he's Alan. I don't know.
Just be in situations.
Yeah, he's just some dude, okay? He's just some dude there. And like, I really liked every message that was put across. I mean, for Mattel to like produce this movie and like do this and put themselves in like this explicit position of like, you know, it's like, it's a capitalist thing. I am not like obsessed with Mattel, but still it's like a good thing that they put themselves in this position where it's like, oh, like this is kind of what women face and like whatever. Okay, Anna wants to say something?
So, as part of the preliminary research that I was doing on this, which is basically watching videos last night before I went to sleep, I watched this one video by this YouTuber called Verily Bitchy. Oh, did you also?
Plastic.
And I really agreed with a lot of things that they said. I feel like the whole feminism angle is, I think Mattel is taking a lot of advantage of people seeing Barbie as inherently feminist when Mattel has stated that Barbie is not a feminist movie. So you are saying, like, it's, I mean, of course, in the beginning we discussed that, you know, Barbie is sort of a very capitalist advertisement for a lot of things, and you have a very diluted idea of feminism that comes in. In my opinion, I don't feel like it really explored it. To me, it felt really hollow. Like, while watching the movie, it was like, wow, this is wonderful. But the America Ferrara monologue that she has, that's what I've seen a lot of people talk about. But I think it especially was really hollow because it gave the vibes of like Jo March's speech in Little Women, where she goes like, when girls, I don't know the actual thing, I just know I love when women. I love being a woman. Oh, what a joy it is to be a woman. Whatever she says. Sam.
Yeah. So I wanted to add to that, like, yeah, it is, you know, hollow surface level feminism, but at the same time, it still has its impact on, you know,
Right. There's lots of people that haven't had exposure.
yeah, to even that, like, you know, those internalized patriarchy thing. And I think a lot of people cried during the movie when they, like, you know, listened to the monologue, when they heard, it's like they feel all this, but they never be able to talk about this. So when they see it in a movie, even though it's like obvious things that we all know, it's still very cathartic to them. So there's still an impact, even though, if you look at it in other angle, it is
also
still...
because it's like so normalized to like, you know, all of the patriarchal stuff that they don't realize how bad it is unless it's like pointed out through the movie. And I also wanted to talk about Weird Barbie, because at first I didn't notice that, but then I am like always on Twitter like Devi, so like I was seeing a lot of stuff going on about it, and somebody said that Weird Barbie is like the stereotypical representation of this how men view lesbians. Like after like the patriarchy has taken over in Barbie land, when Ken reads that patriarchal book and stuff, and he comes back and he preaches it to every other Ken, and they have this whole Mojo Dojo Casa House weird patriarchy thing going on. And then Weird Barbie she's dressed in this like really, I don't know, like very military combat, and like, I don't know, like stereotypically what you would think is a lesbian. And I feel like that's just, I don't know, it's really, I think I felt really sad to see all of that. So what Sami wants to say?
I mean, I have a lot of things to say about this thing, but about Weird Barbie, kind of, she already knew a lot of the things that can go wrong about like a stereotypical Barbie having a malfunction, and she was not fazed very much by kind of Ken's patriarchy, horse triarchy, whatever. One of the lines that really kind of stood out to me was they always describe Weird Barbie like she's always in the splits, but she's not always in the splits. It seems kind of this performative thing of like setting herself away from other people is the way that I interpret it. Maybe it's not. But I have some thoughts. One about the feminism of the film. One thing, when I went into the first screening with this very pessimistic view of this is capitalism, I had trouble with thinking, do I view Barbies and Kens as being real people? Do I view them as just being these representatives of dolls and doll politics that has actually nothing to do with any of the world? So I think on my second viewing, I think it was a little sadder because this is some spoilers, but I don't think the spoilers are relevant because it's more of an experience movie than a story film. But in the end, the Barbies reinstate the Barbie constitution, and then having distracted the Kens have this fight which turns into a dance battle, which is honestly like cinematic masterpiece. Listen, I loved it so much. Meanwhile, the Barbies have taken back the government and have reinstated their constitution. And that was such a heartbreaking scene for me because it makes me think about how, they make women fight against each other and like compete with each other, and it ends in this moment of like, come together, okay, we're not going to go against each other, we're going to be together, we're going to be proud. Meanwhile, men have gone and changed the freaking policy of the state. And it's this whole distraction maneuver. And when President Barbie is back and then she's like, what the hell did the Kens do and all of this, and then the Kens ask, can we have a representative for Kens? And then she's like, no. And then she's like, can we have one person on one of the lower tiers of council? And she's like, yeah, okay. And I think that was so sad to me. I think that's the point where everyone who's interpreting it as a man-hater film or like an anti-men film or a hyper-feminist film, that's the point where every group breaks off. Because for me, being a feminist, I realized that this is a horrible outcome and I hate what the Barbies have done. And, that's not what equality is.
They should have dismantled the government.
Anarchy.
Exactly.
Abhi, you have something to add?
I don't know if this is relevant, but like, it's like when the Kens had like this, when they had taken over Barbie Land and there was patriarchy prevailing over there, it made me realize that in the real world also men are just so obsessed with like, taking women down, and like women just don't care enough. Like in Barbie Land when they were ruling, they just like did not care that the Kens were there. It was like, oh, he's just Ken, he's like there. They didn't have like any malicious intents toward them. But like when the Kens took over, they were like, oh my god, we need to take Barbies down and like we need to like put them to our service and everything like that. It's like, it's literally it's a mirror to the real world, and I think that's just something I wanted to point out.
Yeah, so that was my thing about feminism. I have a last thing, which is about Alan. Alan is my favorite character in the film, especially when I watched it again. I think the scene that there's a lot of like itty-bitty narrative things that I can point out here, but the scene that was most telling to me is in that last bit where President Barbie or someone is like, where there's equality whether you're Barbie or a Ken, and then Alan says or Alan, and it's kind of like in Shrek there's that Shrek, Fiona, donkey, and it's kind of funny in that way. But
view it in binaries, Ken is so like the third other.
Alan.
Oh. Alan. Oh my god, I missed. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, I misgendered him in that way. Yeah. But Alan is so like that third kind of like,
so I think there's a very
out of the binary. Yes.
There's a very I read it this way of Alan as being a representation of queerness, because Alan did not like Barbie Land. Alan this is the itty bitty thing that I was pointing out. When Alan first shows up at a beach scene, and the narrator says there are no copies of Alan, and Alan replies to the narrator and says, "Yeah, I'm kind of always been weirded out." He's the only person that hears the narrator, and also he doesn't really like Barbie Land. He keeps looking out for Ken, and he doesn't like it in the same level. And also, a bunch of Allens had run away, and which
in the beginning
there was a joke.
The original Alan doll was discontinued for being gay coded.
Yeah, that is also a factual addition. And then Alan really hated when it was Ken was controlling everything, and he was also subjugated to like massage Ken's feet. and then in the end, when we had this scene of, I mean, it's not perfect equality. Like I said, Barbies are still in overwhelming control. Even when it was this promise of we're going to try to be equal, Alan was left out. It's a very queer coded thing of no matter what happens, like queer people are always losing. And it made me really sad. It made me really, really sad because I really loved Ken's character. And I think the Ken and Weird Barbie are really good representations of queerness.
Alan.
Oh my god!
We're
Kenning him over and over again.
We're sorry, Alan. We love you.
Alan.
Apparently, but
I didn't say anything like that. I just said like he's just.
Oh my god, this is so confusing. All of these names, but Alan and Weird Barbie are really, really wonderful representations of queerness, and kind of you're constantly having to question everything and try to come up with answers to just maintain your own sanity. And another thing is that nothing is kind of made to accommodate or accept your existence in this world. And that was really kind of, I think I won't say that it was good commentary or it made a great argument. It just made me feel emotions. And honestly, a lot of the times that's what I see to be the point of films or media in general. And I love Alan. I love Alan so much. He's the best character.
But they're standout characters nonetheless. Like whatever representation they had, they're just like, unique.
Yeah.
Okay, for this last question about the Barbie movie, I wanted to ask, what's the one thing you liked about the movie, like a lot, and what's the one thing you didn't like at all? Yeah, Sami?
I don't know if I can name like the one thing and one thing I did not like at all, because I think it was a very mixed bag of film. And it was interesting in a number of ways. I think that's one thing I liked. But one of the characters that I really kind of saw myself in was the daughter. What's her name? Sasha. She calls Barbie, once again spoiler, she calls Barbie a fascist, and like you're the representation of everything that women hate, and men hate women, and women hate women, and everyone hates women, and no one's willing to admit it. I mean, that middle school feminism is something that I think I've had with me for a long time, and I don't mean to put it down. I don't think it's a bad thing, but then there was that moment after that where she calls Barbie a fascist, and then Barbie's like, I'm not a fascist. I don't control the trains or the flow of commerce. And it was really funny and interesting to see like how polarized the world can be if you're trying to simplify it. And I think the Barbie brand itself is a very simplified world, that women can be anything and he is just Ken. And I think this movie tries to complicate that. More than give an argument, it tries to complicate that issue and there are genuinely people who see the world as a simple way and who see the world as, okay, Barbie and not Barbie and everything or nothing. But it's not that way in reality. And another thing, maybe I don't have anything negative to say, but the promotions where it's like, oh, she is everything. This Barbie is a doctor, this Barbie is a president, and then he is just Ken. But once you come out of the film, him being just Ken in itself is an affirmation. It's not him being put down. Being just Ken is enough. Yeah. And I'm great at doing stuff. Man, I love Ken. I identify with Ken very deeply. Yes. Sam?
Yeah. So one thing I kind of didn't like, as in it didn't sit well with me, is how they handle like the theme of beauty standards. So like it's very aware of the beauty standards, you know, like the movie is self-aware of the beauty standards. There's like a scene where she's like, she stares into no, not only that one, like she's like, there's a lot of things related to like beauty standards, but then what is it exactly trying to say about it? So I read it in an article by Jessica Defino. So there's like a lot of politics related to Barbie, right? Like the first one is like the beauty standards, then there's like the feminism, there is the capitalism, exploitation, there's like a lot of politics. But then in this person, like in the article, it's written that Greta Gerwig is like trying to subvert like the politics, but while also preserving the beauty standards of Barbie, right?
That no one is ever willing to talk about beauty standards.
Yeah.
Which is what Mattel is also doing at the same time, because they rolled out certain dolls of the Barbie characters, but they have very pointedly excluded some of the more diverse body types that they had included. So it is kind of being like, this is the Barbie we will market, but not that one.
Yeah, so there's this line in the article that I really liked. Like, it's saying that the Barbie is trying to be diverse, and, you know, it's like the cast is like expansive, but also it's also still narrow. And there's this line that says, so it embraces every body as a mean to position every body as needing correction. White skin and brown skin, but always clear skin. Cis bodies and trans bodies, but always hairless bodies. Red lips and bare lips, but always full lips. Parting to reveal perfectly straight, perfectly white teeth. Younger actresses and older actresses, but always eerily ageless actresses. Right? So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So this line is like, yeah.
Really personifies the
It's
movie.
like someone like me doesn't look like a Barbie. You know, it's there's something.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
then it also kind of tries to acknowledge that, like, oh, Barbie, that's a mom, but or a president, or a mom and a president, just normal Barbie. But then, there's always a vague enough argument to say that actually you're wrong. We're not trying to say that Barbie is a particular way. But I agree with you, the point you're making, which is like, it's always you're having to conform to something.
Yeah.
It's always asking you to conform to something. And if you're saying, I can't change my race, and they're like, okay, fine, you don't need to conform to race, but you need to conform to something else.
Yeah.
You can be anything, but you have to be a thing in the end, because Barbie is a commodity.
Yeah, so that's saying that, you know, it's like I felt uncomfortable about, you know, as having to be something to be a Barbie, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. Another thing that I liked, I really liked how it felt very Bollywoodish, you know. So
It's like really insane.
yeah, so I guess I like that, but I also didn't like they didn't refer any old, like the animated movies or anything.
I love Dreamhouse Barbie.
Yeah, I wish they at least reference Bibble. You know Bibble? Bibble, Bibble was my.
I'm glad it wasn't.
Why do you hate Bibble?
Sorry, like creepypasta, Uncanny Valley.
Okay, no, that's not how Bibble sounds. But yeah, I missed Bibble in the movie. Yeah, that's all.
Bibble needs to get his own movie as part of the Mattel cinematic universe.
Yes. Okay. Angel.
Just like Sami, I particularly don't have anything negative to say about it. This takes me back to the point that I already mentioned, that I always watch a movie with no single thoughts. I just go consume
I
it.
respect that.
I just consume it fully, and then even while reading a book, I just read it. I don't put deep thought into reading it. But then when I read it for the second time again, and then I see things, you know. So if I watch the Barbie movie again, I might sit and like, let's psychoanalyze this movie kind of thing. So I particularly don't have anything negative to say, but then just like vast majority of the people, I like the monologue by yeah. No.
You have to be thin, but you can't say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy.
I really liked that part because kind of resonated with with me, and I think with a lot of women, and I really liked it. I have nothing negative to say. I didn't put much thought into watching that movie anyways.
Honestly, I think that's a good advice, because it's not some revolutionary film.
Because if you go onto any social media, you just see people analyzing the crap out of it. When I would just go watch the movie, like you don't read anything, just go watch the movie because it's a Barbie movie. Everyone knows Barbie. Yeah, just for the sake of consumerism.
Guys, do we really want to?
Yeah, just because.
But yeah, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I literally went to the cinema theater and like I'm just gonna sit and watch. I wasn't even planning to put deep thinking into it. I'm like, it's a Barbie movie.
It's an experience.
It's an experience, right? I mean, I did not even think about, I would get emotional watching it. It was only towards the end, after that really pretty scene that they showed, that I realized, there are so many emotions I could feel from this movie, and I just came out. So if anyone hasn't watched the movie, I would recommend you guys to go watch it with zero thoughts. Go just consume it.
You don't need, maybe don't spend a lot of money on tickets, but
you don't need to pirate it if you can, but you don't need to analyze the crap out of it. You just need to go watch it, because it's very it's part of our childhood, it's there. And just because you're an adult now and you know how to analyze stuff doesn't mean you need to do it. You just have to have fun. That's what I wanted to say. Anna?
I'm just really glad that the Barbie movie did not end up like Netflix's Winx Club, because that made me really sad.
happened to Winx Club?
It was just really sad and boring and everything was really serious.
It really dark.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. Like, if you have a happy, fun looking thing, like, let it be fun. Seriousness does not come from...
Yeah, and the idea that it can't be serious if it's like a happy... Because Winx Club made me cry as a child, okay?
I haven't watched it. I was like 3 years old. I didn't have any emotions back then.
I had a lot of emotions. Riven and Musa, please get back together.
No, they were a toxic relationship. Please go away.
Club you didn't want to
Yeah, one thing that I really like about Barbie is that it's very unapologetically fun. I like that because I lose interest if something isn't fun enough. And that was one thing for me about Barbie, that I didn't get distracted even once. And that's a really big feat for me, because even if I'm watching something that's like, oh my god, people are dying on screen, I'll be like, hey, what food videos on Instagram? Haha. So not that I'm equating that to I'm a vegetarian, but I not a cannibal.
It's like the weekend watching Oppenheimer, and
Excuse
then
me.
And then he posts reels of himself on Instagram with like.
That's not me. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Anyway, it was the fact that I felt like I was watching that with everyone. I would enjoy. I kind of feel like if Abhi hadn't booked the tickets for us, which I'm really glad you did, I would have pirated it and my experience would have been the same.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's the fact that there were so many people there and everyone was so excited about it that even if I went there and it was like a really boring movie, I would still not feel like it was a waste, because I watched it. Yeah,
I agree with Anna, because I think I genuinely enjoyed the movie because I went with my friends. And I mean, if it's a movie that was really hyped, but then I don't go with my friends, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed as much as I would do. But then because all of us are who identify as women, and we are watching this movie that kind of never really made me feel these emotions before, and I go with friends that I love, it was a different kind of experience.
Yeah. No, the second time I went, there was a group of men, probably in their 20s. They all wore suits, and then they came as a bros day to just watch Barbie. And then someone would say something just really self-deprecating, and then they would be like, "That's me." and they would just be commenting loudly in Hindi, and I think this is definitely an Indian cinema culture thingy. But I think just the experience of, you can see a group of people wearing pink on the street and be like, they're going to go watch Barbie.
I keep doing that to every single.
And I mean, like, you can see that as part of the Barbie promotion thing, but it's also, I particularly connected to just the idea of just in Indianness filmmaking, we have experienced the same story and kind of this political argument together, and I think it going to cinema, especially post lockdown, post pandemic, is a magical experience, and with Barbie it is also a very magical experience.
I think secondly for me, a lot of the emotions that everyone talks about, I didn't feel that. Like, I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, this is so much fun. Exactly. They're having a dance off, and that's Ken, and now he's wearing a hoodie that says, I'm Kenough, and I want that hoodie. And I really liked watching it because it was so pretty. Like, I need a movie that commits to not only its story, but its aesthetics and its fashion. And like Barbie, I think a lot of Barbie is in the aesthetics because, you know, this movie specifically focuses on the Mattel doll lineup.
Would you like a scary question?
Scary?
Connection to what Sam was saying about like aesthetics and like conforming to beauty standards.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your question? You just
they are in conflict with each other, and now we must live in that conflict. You know, everything is really pretty because everything is really like clear skinned.
No. I mean like the objects, like the dream house.
Yeah.
I mean the Barbies and all are great, cool, but the dream house is what made me want to watch it more because it just looked really pretty. I wanted to live inside.
Just
Yes,
wanted
Sam.
to say that as a child, I really wanted a dream house.
Same.
But it was so
Expensive.
fucking expensive. Oh my god.
Yeah, Barbies are expensive.
Yeah, how did
Honestly,
they build it?
I never had an actual Mattel Barbie. I have only had those like.
If I had a kid, I don't know if I would love them enough to spend thousands of rupees on a piece of plastic.
No, I had a dream house. I brought it for some 5,000 something because it was my birthday, and then my dad, you know, because I had the birthday privilege of buying it. And it was like purple and like
You still have it?
girl. That was like back when I was in.
The Barbie doll house is gone.
It's gone. I just gave it away. Yeah. No, because I was like 7 years old or 8 years old or something. It's been a long time. So I did own a dream house.
I hope the kid that has it had lots of fun with it.
Yeah, I hope so too. I had a lot of fun because that's my house and my Barbies and me. So we all live in this same house and we share food and imaginary food. So thank you. Yeah. So. Abhi.
Hello. In relation to the dream house thing, I saw it's like the thing I liked about Barbie was like the promotions that were happening because like it was just really good actually. What?
Victim of capitalism.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
okay. Sometimes it's just like
Barbie. They marketed it so
That's like both the bad part and
the good part.
Yeah.
but then I was just consuming it because I actually don't care that much. Like it's not that serious. So I was like, Margot Robbie was slaying. Yeah, it's actually not.
Kind of free speech, I respect your opinion.
No, like just like the promotions. It's like
I don't take capitalism.
But it is still Mattel like looming in the background when even though in the film it's very charming to see that they're self-aware, but at the same time it's just like, oh, Mattel exec, he's just some goofy guy in a pink tie, and then at the same time, is he really a goofy guy in a pink tie?
no, but not in relation to the movie. It's just like the promotions. Like I don't care that much. You have money, you want to promote it. Like sure, I'm having fun. I like seeing Margot Robbie slay in every outfit and like the pink and like I saw this like thing going on around that Greta had like ordered pink. The color pink had like a shortage all over the world because they used so much pink, and I was like, what the hell? I really want to see what they did to the set. And like there was also this one video which was like showcasing all of the Barbie dream houses from like the first one till the latest one, and I like all of this kind of like really drew me in, although it was like capitalism, but I don't care.
Yeah, so this digital those are like digital internet capitalism, but at the same time, there's this other side of the people who make these dolls who are exploited, who are not paid. So that side of capitalism is actually serious and not something silly goofy. It is not silly goofy.
It's not silly goofy, but like in context of just the promotion.
The marketing exec was really smart in doing all of that because it does distract you really well from the really horrid things that Mattel as a multinational corporation is doing.
Yeah, and I also felt like I had to spend money to experience a whole Barbie. You know, I had to buy these pink things. I had to buy these
things. Apparently, there is going to be like once the Barbie craze goes down, a lot of the pink aesthetic thing. Yeah, you're right.
It'll go, right? So
I did see a article or some reel about it. This one person was discussing how the effect Barbie movie had on the environment because of the fast fashion, and they showed this picture of just one huge place of pink clothes dumped in. And that's kind of sad. And people are still joking about it. Oh, just send some thrift girls into the thing and it'll be empty in some time. But I think it's a serious matter. Although the promotion was a smart move because it, ruled in so many people to go watch the movie, but also like buy pink aesthetic things to go watch the movie.
What? I'm kind of curious as to how much of this has already been happening irrespective of Barbie. And maybe the color pink is working as a red flag here for us to point out all of the issues that already existed.
So
I just want an excuse to thank Greta Gerwig.
Exists.
But it's bringing it to attention.
Yeah, fast fashion.
Via the color pink. Everything that's thrown away and wasted that's pink is like, okay, no, I'm stretching too far. But I mean, there are issues here, and we need to deconstruct them. They probably have nothing to do with the movie, but they do have something
Like the culture around it.
to do with.
Like the pink,
It's
right?
not just the Barbie movie. It could be any movie with
Lots
such
of
large
films have this.
production.
The problem is the corporation.
It's not the movie itself.
Baby.
No, I'm telling you guys to wrap it up. It's 20 minutes.
No, but also I just really like the experience.
I agree. I love
Like, I don't want to make everything so serious all the time. Like, okay, it's like we're discussing about all of this, but at the time I was like, I really want to experience this. Whatever marketing they're doing, like, oh my god, Sam is making a judgmental face towards me, but like still, I just wanted to experience it for the funsies, and then like
it ties up to what Angel was saying. It's like you need to sometimes just go and experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't solve all the problems in the world. Like, not everything you do has to be like a political thing. Like, we went and watched Barbie as a friend group and we really liked it. It was kind of like intro to feminism 101, and there was a lot of consumerism surrounding it, but it was special to all of us, and I'm glad I watched the movie with you guys.
Barbie is everything, but no one person can be everything, and no one film can do everything either. But you can come together and you can organize and work to deconstruct things that are really messed up in the world. Listen to people who are minoritized and queer folks, and do not leave them out of your government. But yeah, thank you, Barbie.
Thank you, Barbie.
Thank you, Barbie. Bye, Barbie.
Don't forget to follow us at WRW.podcast on Instagram and at WRW_podcast on Twitter. You can write to us at womenarewomen22@gmail.com. We also have a new blog, which is linked in the show notes, along with everything mentioned in this episode. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
WRW.